Good morning. It is July the 13th, 2016. Time to kick another trading day. And we had another record high and close in stock indexes yesterday. The equity markets around the globe managed to gain a little bit overnight from yesterday's closes, with all equity markets around the globe higher. The strength in Asia was attributed to bad Chinese import-export numbers. China's People's Bank or the government are going to have to directly intervene in their economy and support that market that way. England tomorrow is expected maybe to further ease. If that is the case, that would open the way for Japan's Bank of Japan and government to add $10 trillion of support to their markets. So central bank support for the markets continues to support equities. Equities are higher. Treasuries have suffered because of the flight to quality argument is diminished or lessened with the stock market rallying. So stocks higher, treasuries lower. That inverse relationship has held. Now, the primary dealer position mark is really heavily short coming into today's auction. So that's where the buying power is going to come from. So we're going to start off with resistance probably 28 to the buck and support 16 to 20, and my guess is that it's going to hold. Support's going to hold this morning. They have to move the paper. So the first buy is 17 to 21. And the second one is 9 to 13. I think there probably is a short in the market. Looks like we've got a P shape here. We're going to trade a little bit higher. So 27 to 31, sell 1. 3 to 7, sell 2. If 16 to 20 does hold, I think that's the trade of the day. But don't have any problems getting short against 28 and see if we can get a retest of 16 to 20. Okay, import prices up 5/10 based on the price of crude. Export prices plus 3/10. Atlanta business inflation, nobody knows. It was 1.8. Can't see that really changes. Crude inventories. Now, yesterday they expected a draw of 2.2 in the APIs, and they got a build of 3. They're looking for a draw of 2.3 million barrels. If they get it, crude will probably rally back a little bit, but not break out because the news was split. I still think crude is a sell, just because of the oversupply. And then the beige book today is going to get poured over to see what the Fed is actually seeing in the 12 reporting regions. So there really is no news to focus on today. 30-year auction and the direction of the E-mini, which is still pointed higher. Moving on to the 30-year, which is the paper the Fed has to move, the Treasury has to move today through the primary dealer system. It's expensive to be there as far as overhead and operating expenses go, but it's a very lucrative business. And the knob spread widened over last night. Got to move this 30-year paper. So resistance 24 to 28. Sell 31s to 03s. Then I'm going to jump it up to 11 to 15. If 24 to 28 does hold, we can get short to see where support is. Right now, support's 8 to 12. So 1 to 5 is buy 1. And then buy 2 is 25 to 29. Gold came up a little last night. Stock markets were higher a little last night. The argument's been, well, there's no need for risk-on investments, so sell gold. I think 25 is a pretty important number. If 25 holds, that gives us a shot to get back up to 50. Right now, we've got a seller 43 to 45, so that's R1. So selling 43s to 45, sell 1. 49 to 51, sell 2. On the buy side, last rotate down was 38, so our 35, 37, buy 1. And then 29, 31, buy 2. If 25 comes out a market number, the next market number is 1300. That's certainly doable with some help from the stock markets and a little more news. Okay, the euro last night was pretty quiet. There is a rumor that the Bank of England is going to announce an interest rate cut this Thursday, tomorrow. So probably look for a trading range until the Bank of England speaks tomorrow. So our 1075, buy 1. Where we were last night, buy 2, 1050. On the sell side, maybe 1125 right here. Looks like it might try to trade up because support held. Then our 1150. So we've got a 1050, 1150 market. And I'm going to see what the Bank of England does tomorrow. I don't know if they need to do anything tomorrow, but Carney, when the Brexit vote was announced, did some easing, and most people expect that he'll do some more. He hinted as much. Okay, crude oil, strong rally yesterday, big rally. It's come back some overnight. Have buyers at 46. Still a P, so 46, 45, 75 by 1. It's a P if you put it all together. It's a B for the overnight session, so we can do some selling right here. The breakout came from 45.75, so 45.50, 45.25, based on the idea that we might get a draw. 46.75, 47, sell 1. 47 and a quarter, 47.50, sell 2. Okay, usually into the EIA number, the market's got about a 50 tick range. If there is a move, it's off the opening bell, then it settles down pretty quickly. And then it explodes when the numbers miss after the announcement. This is the day that Rich Genders chooses not to trade because of the lack of volatility into the announcement, and then the big swings after the announcement. Okay, the E-mini is still pointed higher. We haven't gotten stops above 2150 yet. They're within reach. No major news here. Like I said, the major news overnight with bad numbers out of China, everybody felt that direct Chinese support for the market and indirect was forthcoming. We're dealing with a very strong profile. Volume is over time. So everything is still pointed higher. Sell failure to take out basically 50. So our first sell is 49.51. I think we're going to take out 50. Then it's going to be 54.59 for sell 2. On the buy side, they make us pay up, so 40.43 buy 1 and 35.37 buy 2. At 36.50 right over here, that high, as long as we stay above that, going to be pretty easy for the market to trade higher. Long side is still a preferred side to trade from, but if we fail at say 50, give or take, we can get short, see if we can take out 40. But the trend is definitely up. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I'll be back with you as soon as possible.